Thabo TBose Mokwele is excited and honored to be the executive producer and host of a new show on Mzansi Wethu called The Ones. The show focuses on African stories told by people born on the African continent. Speaking at the launch of the show on Wednesday in Bryanston, the well-known TV and radio personality explained the show is called The Ones because the individuals featured are at the forefront of their journeys. The goal is to ask thoughtful questions that spark deep and engaging conversations.
It's very important because it adds a layer to what I have done as a broadcaster. I've done TV before, but to produce and executive produce this, I think it's a feather in the cap, and I'm very proud of that moment. Any opportunity to help tell our stories. Yeah. Because remember, we are on air or we broadcast so that we can give our people a platform. Mm-hmm. And that platform is very important. When they say educate, inform, they don't mean it lightly. So if there's another dimension that you can add to the storytelling, then take it.
Okay. Then lastly, expectations from your music fans, your followers, your listeners. What can they expect from this show?
Yanung here now. It's no longer only just about audio. Now we add visuals. Yeah. So now when I say this man, you must watch the Alfie show. Mm-hmm. When he says when you see that picture versus where he looks now, you're like, can't do. So that's what I love about it, because then it gives that 3D element. It's not just the story, it's got that visual impact as well.
Okay. So what brought my sisters and I to the actual show was because Uncle T is very dear and near to our hearts, just generally, somebody that we respect. And when we were requested to do the show, it was a no-brainer to actually accept, because of him being a consummate professional and being on the show, doing The Ones was mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. I cannot wait for people to see either the episode. I have not seen the edited episode, but just sitting and doing that interview was, I think even Uncle T was like blown away. He was like, the whole of South Africa needs to see this, because everybody's always on our cases. They're like, 3 sisters, like how do they do it? From first born to second born to third born, all under one house. What's a one? Yeah. So it's definitely, I think, one of the episodes to watch, one for the books. So we're here to basically celebrate that. Fortunately, my 2 other womb dividers are not here because they had other duties, but as big sister, here to represent.
I mean, I came to the launch because the ones, I've done so many interviews for so many programs, I've been profiled on papers and whatever. But there's something about, I've done 2 interviews with Uncle T. Yes. And this, I always feel different when we do an interview with him. And when we did the interview for The Ones, I talked about things that I've never talked to any journalist about. Because somehow journalists are not interested in my stories of being an academic, Yeah.
Reporting for TimesLIVE, I am Thabo Shabalala in Bryanston, Johannesburg.